What's up everybody? It's Cody with Blood Money MMA Bets, and I'm back with another prediction video. This week I'm going to be breaking down UFC 271, Isreal Adesanya versus Robert Whittaker. I was able to get this video out early. I had a part shortage at work last week, so I had 3 extra days off, so I was able to do all my studying and all my homework early. So I went and got my bets in, and I figured I'd put this video out early for everybody. I want to say, first off, thank you to everybody that liked and subscribed to my page last week. I had like 60 new subscribers, and that's awesome. I really appreciate that. I appreciate everybody that likes, everybody that comments. Love going back and forth with you guys, man. Like I said, it makes me feel awesome for taking the time to do all this stuff and all the studying and stuff. So I really appreciate that. And anybody, if you haven't liked or subscribed, please do that now. And we're gonna take advantage of all these good bets this week, man. I really like a lot of spots on this UFC 271. A lot of fighters that I know, a lot of veterans. So we're gonna do a recap of UFC Vegas 47, then we'll get right into 271. On UFC Vegas 47, man, I took a beating, man. I had some bad breaks, literally. We're gonna go over that. I went 2-5 for minus 5.3 units, which is my biggest loss since I started these videos in September. But you win some, you lose some. It is what it is. Like I said, we took a couple bad breaks. My 2 winning bets were Hakeem Dawodu. I had 1.6 units to win 1 unit, and that was a good, tough fight, but he did exactly what I thought he was going to do, and it was just a 3-round decision. My other winning bet was Julian Erosa Almeida parlay, 2.5 units to win 1.75 units, and I had the bet sweats the whole time during that. I was already down a little money, and then Erosa, man, that fight was crazy back and forth. I thought once he started getting rocked in the second round that he was going to get finished. Came back, fought tough. But yeah, my losing bets, the first one was Mark into Andrei Barriou. Man, I talked him up. He had 24 fights, including amateurs, never been stopped. Got stopped with the first 1, 2 he was hit with. That was terrible, man. That was quick. I lost a couple fights tonight that were like super quick. So I had 1.65 units to win 1.5 units on him. Man, that sucked. Second loss, I had Harris versus Shavkat over 1.5, and that was looking good. There was maybe like 50 seconds left in the first when he hit him with that spinning wheel kick. So yeah, I lost that 1.2 to win 1 unit. Bandar Strickland parlay, I had that 1.5 units to win 1.5 units, and man, Bandar broke his elbow and broke his arm like in the first 40 seconds, and that was the first fight of the night. That's why I really don't like parlays, because I had Bandar and another parlay with Johns, 2 units to win 2 units, and total I had 3.5 units with Bandar and 2 parlays, and I would never have bet 3.5 units just on him. And but in parlays, when you break it down to 2 units on this, 1.5 on that, it's just, I don't like parlays. I end up spending more money than I like, and I usually end up losing my parlays. So, but yeah, that was the 4th loss, was Bandar Johns. So I had 2 Bandar parlays that didn't pan out, and my 5th loss was Tresean Gore, 1.9 units to win 1.5. And man, that was a good fight. I thought he had a battle. He had him rocked really bad in the second, but battle recovered and fought back. Man, dude's tough. So yeah, I went 2-5 minus 5.3 units on UFC Vegas 47. Overall, since September, I'm now at 56-32 on my official bets for plus 32.5 units. Everybody's units are different. I always say units. I've had a couple of my friends ask me what that means. So my unit is $100. Some people's units might be $10. Some people's units might be $1,000. You really don't want to judge a capper just on how much they bet, because that doesn't mean that you know what you're talking about just because you bet $1,000 or $100. Somebody that bets $10 that really just might not be into gambling but has all this information, he might be the best person to get your info from. He only bets 10 bucks. So we just used unit for that. So like I said, I'm a 56-32 so far for plus 32.5 units after tonight. So I'm up $3,250. So that's still pretty good on the year, on about 4 months so far. But let's get into UFC 271. We got 15 fights on this card. A lot of great fights on this card. We got the rematch between Adesanya and Whittaker. We got Derrick Lewis versus Tuivasa, which is going to be crazy. Can't wait for that fight. We got Cannonier versus Brunson. We're going to see who's going to be fighting for the title next, I believe, in that one. And yeah, found some really good betting spots. I feel really comfortable about this card. I got a couple parlays in because I put these in weeks ago. But like I said, after this, I might not put, I'll probably go back to 5 to 6 straight bets every week. I was doing a lot better before when I was just running that kind of system. Yeah, but please like and subscribe to my videos, man. We're gonna win some money like we've been doing, and yeah, let's break this card down. Fight 1 on UFC 271 is in the men's welterweight division. We got Jeremiah Wells. He's 9-2-1, currently sitting at minus 225 versus Mike Mathia, 3-0. He's 3-0, currently sitting at plus 205. These guys are both explosive strikers. Jeremiah Wells, if you watched him fight Warlley Alves, he throws power with both hands. Every shot he throws is with power. He has good wrestling. He has pretty good jiu-jitsu. Trains out of Philadelphia. Used to train with Paul Felder and them. They say the dude's a savage. Looked great against Warlley Alves, man. A couple other fights, I've seen him on the regional scene too. He's just cracking people, throwing hooks with power with both hands. Great wrestling, or decent good wrestling and good BJJ. So the dude's very well-rounded. He's an A1 athlete. The only thing I can think is maybe he would have a suspect gas tank because he does throw power and everything, but if you watch most of his fights, he's stopping people before we get a chance to see if it's bad or not. Mike Mathia, I checked in, I tried to watch a lot of his fights. It's hard to find stuff on him. He's only 3-0. He's fighting out of City Kickboxing in New Zealand. He's had like 70 kickboxing fights, really good kickboxing record. He's got very in the MMA fights and the kickboxing. I watched a couple of them just to see how good he really was, and he's good, man. He throws really powerful leg kicks, body kicks. He throws a lot of kicks. Really good with his lead left leg on throwing body kicks and leg kicks. I've seen him stop some guys with some body kicks in his kickboxing fights. He's very inexperienced in MMA though. I mean, he's only 3-0. I didn't really get to see his ground game tested too much. I think it's going to get tested here. Jeremiah Wells is going to, I imagine he's going to test it, considering that Mike Mathia is just a kickboxer. And Mike Mathia looked real slow. If you watch him fight in his fights, he's like real slow and patient, but he's still even slow when he strikes, but he's powerful. But I'm going to take Jeremiah Wells here by decision. He's a pretty big favorite at minus 225, and I really don't want to put that on him right now because this is, I mean, I want to see what this Mike Mathia is about. He's only 3-0 and in the UFC, so he must be something special out of City Kickboxing. I mean, I know he's one of Isreal's boys, so he's going to be on this card. But yeah, give me Jeremiah Wells by decision, but I want to see more from these guys before I put any bets in on it. Fight number 2 is in the men's bantamweight division at 135. We got Douglas Silva de Andrade versus Sergey Morozov. Douglas Silva's 27-4. He's currently sitting at plus 180. Sergey is 17-4, currently sitting at minus 210. Douglas Silva Andrade is good, man. The guy's explosive. The guy's been in this division. He's big for this division, super muscular. He's 5'7" with a 68.5 inch reach, so he's going to have 1 inch height and a 1.5 inch reach advantage on Sergey. He's a good striker. He's got great power. He's super explosive. From what I've watched, he's super fast, and he's got pretty good wrestling himself. He doesn't really use it too much, but he can. And he's got really good BJJ. He's really slick on the ground. I don't know if he's going to try to use it in this fight. I don't know if he's going to get a chance to, because Sergey, if you watch him fight, man, the dude's got really good wrestling, really good BJJ. His last fight against Khalid Taha, he was just taking him down over and over repeatedly, held him down, a great ground and pound. He's a decent striker with okay power. Like he's going to be able to stand with Silva and hold his own, but I think he's going to try to wrestle a lot this fight, which I don't know if it's going to work that good against Silva, because Silva's got a pretty good gas tank, like I said, but he's super tough and he's got really good jiu-jitsu. So even if when Sergey gets him down, I don't know if he's just going to be able to hold him down and just use jiu-jitsu to hold him down. So I think this is going to have a lot of stand-up in it. I'm going to take Sergey to land these takedowns, get some control time, but it's going to be ugly in this fight because, like I said, Silva's well-rounded. He's good everywhere. He's 27-4. But give me Sergey by decision. I think it's going to be super tough. I'm not going to bet on this fight. If I was going to bet, I would probably bet Douglas Silva, but I'm just going to stay away from it. I want to see how good this Sergey guy really is. If Silva hits him with a big shot, a big uppercut or something when Sergey's shooting in, I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, give me Sergey by decision. But yeah, I'm not betting this fight either. I'm staying away from it. If anything, I'd probably bet the over, but I haven't got a line on that yet. So fight number 3 is in the men's middleweight division. We got Jacob Malkoun versus Aj Dobson. Jacob Malkoun's 5-1. He's currently sitting at plus 125. Aj Dobson's 6-0, currently sitting at minus 145. Aj Dobson is going to have a pretty big size advantage in this fight. He's 6'1 with a 77-inch reach, where Malkoun is 5'9 with a 73-inch reach. So he's going to have about 4 inches of height and 4 inches of reach on Malkoun. Like, this is going to be like a stylistic matchup because Aj Dobson, if you've ever watched him fight, if you go watch his regional fights or if you go watch his Dana White Contender Series fight, the dude's a savage, man. The dude has good wrestling. He's out of Ohio. He trains under Team Hammer House, or he trains with Matt Brown and Mark Holman. I don't think it's Hammer House no more. But the guy's good, man. He's real athletic. He's like an A1 athlete. He's very explosive. He has KO power in both hands. It seems he has good wrestling, good jiu-jitsu. He has sick ground and pound. We just don't know what he's going to do after the first round. You know, all of his finishes. He has 11 first round finishes going back, like in his career, going back to his amateurs, and every one of them's in the first round. So we're not really seeing what he's about in the second and third round. He has a loss to John Gunther by armbar, and I believe the second round in the amateurs. So I mean, maybe he does gas out a little bit if you can take his beating. Jacob Malkoun. He's Robert Whittaker's wrestling coach, training partner, and he looked real good his last fight. He didn't look good his first fight against Phil Hawes, but I mean, he got caught in like the first 20 seconds. But his last fight against Al-Hazak, Rahim or Rahman or whatever, he looked good against him. He came out, he struck with him a little bit, and then he just shot takedown after takedown. He's got a really sick single leg. Like, he'd go in, grab the single leg, do a nice inside-outside trip, kept getting Al-Hazak down. And just grinded him. I was waiting for him to gas out on that because I'm not even going to say it no more. He kept getting up. You know who I'm talking about. He kept getting up, and then Malcoon would just take him back down, kept his stamina, and was able to just control him the whole fight and get a really impressive decision. And I think that's how this can go here. Dobson is going to come out strong, and as long as Malcoon can not get knocked out, land a couple takedowns, drain some of that explosive energy, I think Malcoon's going to take over in this fight. And by the second round, if Dobson don't get him out of there, I actually got a bet on Malcoon. I think he's going to win by decision. I put 1 unit to win 1.35 units. I took him as a big underdog because, like I said, man, Dobson's very explosive, very good, but we haven't seen none of his defensive wrestling. And we haven't seen him really out of the first round. So if you're going to give me good underdog money, and I've seen the lines already moving on Malcoon. At this time, he was only plus 125. I got him at plus 135. But we'll see. I think it's going to be more of an even fight. The more people look at the tape and look at all the stuff, I think that they're going to see that Aj Dobson, if he runs out of gas, he's going to definitely get decisioned, out wrestled, and taken advantage of on the ground. So yeah, give me Malcoon. I'll take him as an underdog. I have 1 unit to win 1.35 units on him. Fight number 4 is in the men's light heavyweight division. We got Carlos Ulberg, 3-1, versus Fabio Cherant, 7-3. Ulberg is minus 205. Cherant is plus 175. Carlos Ulberg is good. He's got really good striking. He's a kickboxer. Another guy at City Kickboxing in New Zealand with Izzy in them. He's got really fast hands. He's got a fast front kick up the middle. You've seen him hit Kennedy and Joku with that, with the front kick up the middle within like the first 15 seconds of their fight, and rocked him. He's got power in both hands. He's got really good combinations. He goes from the body up to the head really, really nice. He's got good head kicks. He's good, man. The only thing knock on him I could see from his fight with Kennedy was that maybe he has a suspect gas tank. He looked gassed at the end of the first round because he was really just putting a beating on Kennedy. Kennedy would get hit, put up this real high guard, and Carlos would just go to the side of the cage and just start beating on him. But I think he gassed himself out a little bit. But he came out tough in the second round and was still fighting with a lot of heart, throwing hard shots till he got caught and knocked out. But he's fighting Fabio Cherant, who's really not that great. I watched his fights in the UFC. I watched his fights in the regional scene, and he's good. He's just like not great anywhere, and he doesn't seem to have the greatest chin. He's not really all that aggressive. He throws very basic striking. Like, you've seen him get knocked out against William Knight, rushing in, got hit with that hook. So it showed his chin might not be all that great. And then you've seen him against Alonzo Menafield, who just took him down and choked him out with a Von Flue choke within a minute. So it shows, I mean, he's still early in his career, just like Carlos, but I think this fight's going to stand striking, and I think when Carlos hits him with the fast and hard shots that he was hitting Kennedy with, I think Cherant's going to go down. Carlos is really good. I think he's going to pace himself a little better in this fight, and I do think he's going to get the first round KO. I really do. I think he's going to hit Cherant with a couple big shots, and then I think Cherant's going to get mad, try to come in like he did against William Knight, and I think he's going to get put to sleep. So give me Carlos Ulberg. I have 2 units to win 1 unit on him. I really like him. I really like him in this fight. He's going to have 3 inches of height, 1 inch of reach on him. Like I said, I just see him hitting him with one of them front kicks up the middle or one of his hooks, man. He's got great striking. So yeah, give me Ulberg. I feel real confident in that pick, man. Next fight's in the men's lightweight division. We got Alexander Hernandez versus Renato Moicano. Hernandez is 13-4. He's currently sitting at plus 150. Moicano is 15-4-1, and he's currently sitting at minus 175. This is going to be a good fight. It's going to be kind of a clash of styles, maybe. Alexander Hernandez, if you've seen him fight, super explosive. He's got good lunging in punches. He's kind of like Robert Whittaker with his strikes. He likes to lunge in, hit you with a straight shot. He's got good wrestling. He's got good BJJ. If he wrestles, gets you to the ground, he can definitely hold you there. He throws great 1-2s just straight down the middle. Like I said, I really like that. You see him hurt a lot of people with that, like Grutzmacher. The last guy he just fought that came in on short notice, forget that guy's name, but it was a good fight up till then, but he finished him too. He's very susceptible to leg kicks though. He's very heavy on his front leg. Like you've seen in a couple fights, Drew Dober was tearing up his front leg. Even Thiago Moises was tearing up his front leg. So he's got to watch that. But from what I've seen, the times that he loses is when he's fighting somebody like Dober or somebody that's just quicker and more explosive than him. Thiago Moises seemed to be even a little more explosive than him, but when they're not, he seems to be able to get the victory in them fights. Moicano, he's got decent striking, a little bit of power. He'd rather be wrestling than doing his jiu-jitsu. He's got world-class jiu-jitsu. But to me, he's got like durability issues. You've seen him in his couple losses. He's getting clubbed and subbed, or he's just getting straight KO'd. On his feet, he's kind of sloppy a little bit, and he's very hittable. He doesn't really move his head all that much. Herbert was, Jay Herbert, whatever. He was piecing him up when they was on the feet, but he just has terrible takedown defense. So Moicano was just able to take him down repeatedly and just use BJJ on him. But like I said, Herbert's takedown defense looked terrible. He's got good cardio for grappling from what I watched. I mean, I've watched a lot of his fights, but I rewatched some. It looks like he could grapple all day, but when Moicano's standing up, he gets hit a couple times and he kind of looks slow and sloppy on the feet. He's just got to shoot for his takedowns and stuff. In this fight, he's the big favorite. He's minus 175, and honestly, I don't really see why. I don't really see him. He's coming up from 145. He's got like 2 fights at 155 now, maybe 3. But he's still going to be the smaller guy here against Alexander Hernandez, who's real thick, real explosive, you know. I'm going to take Alexander Hernandez as an underdog here. I don't think Moicano is going to be able to land his takedowns on Hernandez. Hernandez has really good wrestling, better wrestling than Moicano in my opinion. And even if he does get down, he does have the jiu-jitsu to be able to get back up, but I don't think Moicano is going to be able to land the takedowns. And I think that Alexander Hernandez, with his movement, explosion, and power striking, I think he's going to be able to tear up Moicano. So give me Alexander Hernandez by decision. He could hit him with a real quick first round knockout because Moicano's been knocked out in the first round a couple times. I know Aldo did it, the Korean Zombie did it, Fiziev did it. So yeah, he's susceptible to getting stopped real quick. But if you don't get stopped quick, he's going to get stopped, or he's going to lose a decision. So give me Alexander Hernandez as another big underdog pick. Actually at 1.5 units to win 2.25 units on him. Got him at plus 150. So I really like that. And like I said, I really don't see why Moicano's the favorite in that. I just don't see it. He's not a better wrestler, and he's definitely not a better striker. So all right. Fight number 6 in the men's bantamweight division. We got Rodney Lawrence versus Mano Martinez. Rodney Lawrence is 7-1. He's currently sitting at minus 280. Mano Martinez is 9-2, and he's currently sitting at plus 240. This is a striker versus grappler match here. You got Rodney Lawrence, who's a crazy grappler. He's got crazy chain wrestling. He's got really good BJJ. When he gets you to the ground, he's got really good ground and pound. When he takes you down, if you do get up, he'll take you right back down. It's weird. He's got really good wrestling and really good chain wrestling, and he never even wrestled in high school or anything. He started wrestling when he was doing MMA. So this dude's must be like a phenom because he's out here out wrestling everybody that he's been fighting. He's got an excellent gas tank. When he's striking, he's got really good movement. He's got really good striking, but it's like awkward striking. You know, he'd rather be on the ground, but he's got serviceable striking. Like, I mean, he's not going to go out there and just get knocked out, leave himself open for any big shots or anything like that. He transitions really well from striking to grappling. Like, he'll throw some shots, maybe even throw a spinning, some spinning shit, and then all of a sudden get the takedown. In the clinch, standing, he's got super good knees. So he's pretty well-rounded. His striking could get a little better, but he's really well-rounded. But his wrestling and grappling is really outstanding. He's like a little Bryce Mitchell. Manny Martinez, he's got really fast hands and throws and combos. Excuse me, when he does throw. You've seen against Guido Canetti, though, he can be low output sometimes. And Guido was tearing him up in that first round. And even in the third, he was fighting tough. So, I mean, that was a real close fight that he had with Guido Canetti. He's got really good hooks to the body. Like I said, he could throw in like an 8-punch combo if he gets somebody up against the fence and all that. He's got a pretty good all-around kicking game, front push kick. He's got really good leg kicks. He's a pretty big dude. He's 5'10" with a 70-inch reach at 135. That's pretty big. Rodney Lawrence is 5'8" with the 70.5-inch reach. So Rodney Lawrence is only going to be 2 inches shorter. I'm just really not impressed with Manny Martinez wrestling and jiu-jitsu, though, and that's what's going to hurt him in this fight. I think he's going to get taken down repeatedly, held down. He got tapped out against Draco Rodriguez on the Dana White Contender Series. I don't see that really happening early here, but I do see Rodney Lawrence taking him down, beating him up, and gassing him out, and I do see Rodney Lawrence getting a third-round finish here. I think his wrestling and BJJ is going to be way too much. So give me Rodney Lawrence by third-round sub. I have Lawrence in a parlay. I'll get to the other guy here in a little bit, but I really like Lawrence in this fight right here. I believe he's just going to wrestle him, use BJJ, rinse, repeat, and just beat him down. Next fight number 7, is in the men's lightweight division at 205. And sorry, I'm trying to go through these fights quick. We got 15 of them, so I'm going to try to go through most of them quick. But yeah, in the men's light heavyweight division, we got William Knight versus Maxine Grisham. William Knight is 11-2. He's currently sitting at plus 155. Maxine Grisham is 31-9, and he's currently sitting at minus 180. And the first thing I want to go over is the height and reach difference. The height, we got 5 inches of height. Maxine Grisham's going to have 5 inches of height and 3 inches of reach. And that's going to be a big factor in this fight. I think I really believe that. William Knight has weird striking. Like, he has awkward striking, but he has a really good check left hook. You've seen him knock out Fabio Charant with that. You've seen him hurt Alonzo Menefield with that real bad. He's got pretty bad striking defense. Like, he doesn't move his head much, and when he does, he kind of moves it straight back. So he's there to be hit, but he has a really good chin. You've seen against Alonzo Menefield, even when Menefield was cracking him, he was able to take that power. Knight has really good leg kicks, really powerful leg kicks, man. He can hit you with a couple of them and really change the fight. KO power in both hands. So the dude's dangerous. He's got decent wrestling and like explosive like BJJ to get up or get a sweep. But if you seen him like against Dawoon Jung, man, he was getting pieced up standing because he's so little and short. 5'10" in the light heavyweight division is just short. But he was getting pieced up against him, and it just didn't seem like he fights well against a bigger guy. Like, when Dawoon Jung would try to take him down, he would just grab him, slam him to the ground. If a big guy like Maxine Grisham, who's a lot bigger than him, uses their height and reach real well against William Knight, he doesn't seem very good. He has a gas tank issues. I don't know how he got the win against Antonio Menefield, man. In the third round, he was getting held up against the cage the whole time, and Menefield hit him with some big shots, but I really don't see how he won that fight. I thought that was gifted to him. But Maxine Grisham, he's a huge light heavyweight. He's fought at heavyweight a couple times too in his career. He's got very good distance and clinch striking. Like, he uses his height and reach for the distance strikes. Like, you seen against Dustin Jacoby, man. He was doing really good. I actually thought that he might have won that fight. He hurt him really bad in that first round twice, and then the second round he kind of got beat up in the third round, was back and forth, but I really thought he won. So to me, if he can fight good and hard with Dustin Jacoby like that over 3 rounds, take them shots, I think he's going to be able to take William Knight shots. I think he's going to use his height and reach. He's got KO power. He's got good wrestling and jiu-jitsu. I think he's going to be able to use that. I think his whole height and reach it's going to look a lot like that Dawoon Jung fight. Now, I don't know if he's going to have as good as judo sweeps and stuff like that, but he is going to have good enough wrestling to get William Knight down. I think he's going to be able to really like dominate this fight for 3 rounds. He might even be able to get a finish. His good timing, good accuracy. and he has a really good chin. So that's why I like him in this fight. William Knight's coming in on late notice too. Maxine Grisham was supposed to fight Ed Herman, and he pulled out, so William Knight came in. Give me Maxine Grisham by decision. It's going to be an ugly fight. All of William Knight's fights are weird and ugly like that. But yeah, give me Grisham by decision. And I actually have him in a parlay, and I'll get to that later with the other person that I have in parlay with. Fight number 8 is in the men's flyweight division. We got Alex Perez versus Matt Schnell. Alex Perez is 24-6, currently sitting at -400. Matt Schnell is 15-6, and he's currently sitting at +300. I don't know. This is going to be a weird fight, man. They got Alex Perez at -400, and I really don't know why. That's a huge line. And I went back and watched his tape. The dude's pretty good, but he hasn't really ever beat anybody good. The only one that I've seen that he beat that's really good in his career is Jussier Formiga, and that's kind of like an old version of him. He's got phenomenal calf kicks. That's how he beat Formiga. He's got good movement, fast hands, and a good overhand right. I was watching that. He can crack a little bit. He's got good wrestling, and he's got good BJJ and good submissions, but he's also got very bad BJJ defense. He's got 4 losses by submission himself. So that's what I think could play into factor into this fight, because Matt Schnell, he's 15-6. He's got really good BJJ. He's got a lot of slick submissions, especially first round submissions, triangles. He's got let's see, what did I see? He's got a lot of triangles, and he's got a lot of arm bars in the first round. Jordan Espinoza hit him with the triangle. He's got some other arm bars. I can't remember. I think he got like Luis Smoka with an arm bar real quick. He's got really active BJJ. Even when he gets taken down, he's throwing elbows from his back. He's throwing up submissions. He's trying to get up. So I feel in this fight, with the striking, I give the striking advantage actually to Matt Schnell. So in this fight, with Matt Schnell being +300, I feel like all the value is on him, because Alex Perez can be stopped. He showed he can be stopped. I can't trust him for -400. I watched a lot of Matt Schnell's fights. I watched him fight Pantoja. Watched him fight Nam. A whole bunch of his fights, man. And the dude can crack. He got caught against Pantoja, but Pantoja is a savage, dude. Pantoja is really good. So, and he was fighting hard till he got caught in that fight. So like I said, I think all the value is on Matt Schnell. He's got the better striking, so I believe that if he can start piecing him up striking, if Perez shoots in, that Schnell can definitely hit him with the arm bar, hit him with the triangle, just work off his back, hopefully. But like I said, the value is on Schnell. So I got Schnell by first round sub. He could win by decision, but I'm just hoping that he's going to pull off that first round sub. I got 0.5 units to win 1.5 units on him. Like I said, he's bigger. He's 5'8" with a 70-inch reach. Alex Perez is 5'6" with a 65.5-inch reach, so he's going to have 4.5 inches of reach and 2 inches of height. Yeah, give me Matt Schnell, man, as the big underdog. 0.5 units to win 1.5 units. Next fight is fight number 9. It's in the women's flyweight division. We got Roxanne Modafferi versus Casey O'Neill. Roxanne Modafferi is 25. Modafferi is +300. Casey O'Neill is 8-0, and she's currently sitting at -400. At this point, Roxanne Modafferi is more like a gatekeeper. She's fought the toughest girls in the world and usually loses. She's fighting the up-and-coming prospects these days. She's got that win over Macy Barber, but I believe that was just because she blew her knee out really early in that fight. She's got real herky-jerky striking. She's got decent wrestling. She's got okay BJJ. If she can get on top, she's really heavy. But I don't think she's got really good cardio too. But I don't think any of that's going to matter in this fight with Casey O'Neill. Casey O'Neill is very aggressive. She's very strong, and she's very tough. She's got decent striking. She's serviceable. She was landing some pretty good shots against Laura Procopia and Antonio Shevchenko. She's got real good knees in the clinch. If she gets a hold of a girl, she can throw really good knees in the clinch. She's got decent wrestling, really good BJJ, and really good ground and pound when she gets it to the ground. Her defensive wrestling ain't all that great though, and I think that Roxanne Modafferi in that first round may be able to, at first, is going to be able to land a takedown or two, but Casey O'Neill is real aggressive from the bottom with elbows and striking, and she's got really good sweeps. So even if she does get taken down, it looks kind of crazy at the first part of that fight. I think she's going to be able to sweep, reverse, and all that. And she's so aggressive, man. when she does get on top of Roxanne Modafferi, she throws so many punches, hammer fist, she just don't stop. And I think that's the way she's going to beat her. I think she'll probably beat Roxanne by decision, but she could easily pound her out in that second or third round. If she gets a position where Roxanne can't move, she's going to be throwing all them hammer fists, all the strikes like she's done to all of her opponents so far. I mean, she choked out Procopio, but before that she was ground and pounding there and stuff. I think this is an easy fight for Casey O'Neill. I got Casey O'Neill by decision. I have her in 2 parlays right now. One of them is with Maxine Grisham from earlier. The second one we'll get into later, but I do like her in that Maxine Grisham one. William Knight's coming on late notice. I think Maxine Grisham's going to win that pretty easy, and I like Casey O'Neill a lot too in this fight. So got her in 2 parlays. Fight number 10 is in the men's heavyweight division. We got Andrei Arvloski versus Jared Vanderaa. Andrei Arlovski's 32-20, currently sitting at -150. Jared Vandeera's 12-6, currently sitting at +130. Jared Vanderaa, he's really not all that good. I watched a lot of tape on him. I seen the line on Arlovski's been coming down and down, but I don't know why. Jared Vanderaa has decent boxing. He's pretty slow. He's got decent front kicks, but he's pretty low output, and he's super slow. He's not very powerful when he strikes. Kind of chase people around the cage, like he was doing a little bit with Tafa and stuff. He's terrible wrestling in BJJ. He just gets beat up on the ground. You've seen what Sergey Spivak and Romanov did to him. I really don't see why the money's coming in. Andrei Arvloski, really good kickboxing, way better striker than Vanderaa. He's just as big as Vanderaa. He's got really good calf kicks, really good body kicks, really good front kicks. He's really experienced. He's been doing this for like 25 years. He's fought the best guys in the world, and he's been beating people lately. He beat Carlos Felipe last fight. He's beat Tanner Boser lately. I mean, he's beat a lot of people lately. I don't see why anybody's betting on Vanderaa. It's really honestly crazy to me. I'm going to take Arlovski in this to get a decision, using his foot movement, moving around, just landing the counter strikes like he does. Vanderaa, like I said, he's going to follow him around, plodding real slow, and Andrei Arlovski's just going to pick him apart. I got Arlovski by decision. I'm waiting for the line to come down because it's been coming down so much that I wanna bet Arlovski right now, because eventually some people are gonna go on Arlovski's side and should be going back up, because I really don't see how Vanderaa wins. He's not gonna knock out Arlovski, and he's not gonna win a decision. So give me Arlovski. I'll have another break my official bets video. I'll have that out on probably like Monday or Tuesday. So look for that. But I'm betting Arlovski. I'm just waiting to see where the line goes. Fight number 11 is in the men's lightweight division. We got Nasrat Haqparast versus Bobby Green. Nasrat is 13-4, currently sitting at +145. Bobby Green is 28-12-1, currently sitting at -170. This is going to be a freaking really good fight, a really good stand-up fight, man. Nasrat, he really only boxes. He doesn't really wrestle. I mean, he's got pretty good takedown defense and stuff, but he doesn't wrestle himself. He's got, Dan Hooker hit him with a couple sneak takedowns, but Dan Hooker's really good. Nasrat, though, like I said, strictly boxing, good jab, good power hooks. He throws, like, rarely he'll throw like a couple leg kicks here and there, but he really just wants to box, and he's got really good boxing. I see why he just uses that. He'll throw straights, he'll throw hooks with power and 5-punch combinations. Very good overhand left to right hooks. I was watching a lot of his fights. He's got good movements, but like I said, it's just the one-dimensional stuff that makes him not great. If he could just add some wrestling and BJJ into his game, I mean, that would help him out a lot, or at least some leg kicks and stuff. Because he's fighting Bobby Green, who's going to be able to hang with him in the boxing. Bobby Green's super slick. You've seen him against Fiziev. You've seen him against everybody, man. Bobby Green is just super slick. He's a veteran of the sport. Bobby Green's got pretty good wrestling, pretty good BJJ. He's got really good cardio. He's really tough. He's got really fast hands. He's got really good head movement. Like, I love watching Bobby Green, hands down, just dodging all your shots and throwing back counters and stuff. He's not that powerful. He doesn't finish too many people. He did finish Ally Aquinta in that last fight, but Ally Aquinta has like 1 foot out the door. Like I said, man, the dude is just tough. The dude's good. He's well-rounded. He's a veteran. He's great everywhere. They got him sitting at -170 right now, and I really like that. I got Bobby Green by decision. This is another guy. I want to see which way the line goes, because he was sitting at like -180, so little money's came in on Nasrat, and I want to see where it goes, because if it goes down, I'm just gonna let it go down. But I'm gonna bet Bobby Green straight up too. Just gonna see where the line's gonna be at. I'll have that on that Tuesday video. I see him taking a decision, like a clear decision in this, better boxing, probably hit some takedowns and stuff if he needs to, if the boxing gets hairy. So yeah, give me Bobby Green by decision. Fight number 12 is in the men's bantamweight division. We got Kyler Phillips versus Marcelo Rojo. Kyler Phillips is 9-2. He's currently sitting at minus 355. Marcelo Rojo is 16-7. He's currently sitting at plus 280. This is going to be a crazy striking match. Both these dudes are strikers. Even though Kyler Phillips comes from a jiu-jitsu background, he was training with Renzo Gracie, or one of the Gracies, since he was 3 years old. Gracie Jiu-Jitsu since he was 3 years old, and then he's just added in a lot of crazy striking. The dude is really good. He's got, they call him the Matrix. He's got really good footwork, really good movement. He darts in and out a lot with like the long punches, just like Robert Whittaker does, like I was saying. Super fast with them long straight punches, and that catches people off guard. He was cracking Yadong Song with them punches. He's got good takedowns. He's got really good takedown timing. He's got really good BJJ, really good ground and pound. The dude's just well-rounded. He's well-rounded everywhere. He's top level, man. Super explosive. He's like an A1 athlete. Like I said, he's been training since he was 3. He's born to fight. Somewhat, he goes real hard and aggressive in that second round. Even if you go back to watch some of his other fights for the UFC with like Victor Henry, he had a split decision loss to him, but he came out and the first round was just grappling. He probably he took Henry down probably like 4 times, but just was grappling the whole time, kind of gassed himself out a little bit. That's why he lost that fight. But he's fighting Marcelo Rojo here, who's really got, he's a striker himself. He's got decent wrestling, decent jiu-jitsu, but he's not going to be using that in a fight. He uses that more like defensive to get up. He's got good striking. He's very aggressive. He's got a good clinch, good knees in the clinch. He's fighting he's from Mexico. He trains with Brandon Moreno. To me though, he's got gas tank issues, and usually he loses in the third. He's finished in his last 5 losses. They're all finishes. I think that's what's going to happen here, just like Jourdain did to him, but I did to Rojo. But I think that Kyler Phillips is going to be able to do it even sooner than that. Give me Kyler Phillips by second round TKO. The first round could be back and forth. Kyler could get him in that first round because, like I said, he's super explosive. He's fought way higher level of fighting. I mean, Yadong Song, he's been in there with Victor Henry. He's been in there with a lot of good people. So give me Kyler Phillips, second round TKO. I have him in a parlay. I have him in with Rodney Lawrence. He's the other leg to the Rodney Lawrence one. I got 1.6 units to win 1.25 units on that, and that feels like a pretty safe parlay. Neither one of them dudes are really fighting like knockout guys or nothing, so it should be pretty safe. But yeah, after this week, like I said, I'm gonna be done with parlays. I'm gonna go back to my straight bets. Fight number 13 is in the men's middleweight division. We got Jared Cannonier versus Brunson. Derrick Brunson. Cannonier is 14-5, currently sitting at minus 180. Derrick Brunson is 23-7, currently sitting at plus 150. I watched a lot of tape on this fight of both guys just to see where the advantage would lay at here. And Jared Cannonier, man, he's got very good takedown defense. I've been watching all his fights. Jack Hermanson, a bunch of his fights. He's got very good takedown defense, and he's got really good BJJ, and he's got a really good get-up game if he does get taken down. Like Jack Hermanson took him down in the first round when they were fresh and dry, and had his back and everything, and Cannonier worked himself out of it and got up within maybe like 30 seconds. So I really like that. That's a big tell for me in this fight. He's got really good tight kickboxing. Watch him fight Robert Whittaker, watch him fight anybody, man. His kickboxing is really tight, really good, man. He's got super powerful leg kicks. You've seen Anderson Silva couldn't take him. He cracks people with leg kicks. I think that's like that's one of his biggest assets of his game, and that could work well for him here against Brunson, because Brunson's a wrestler and he's heavy on that lead leg. He's got real good cardio, and he's got really good uppercuts when someone's shooting in. I was watching that on a couple fights. Really good uppercuts. He caught Jack Hermanson with the uppercut when he was shooting in, knocked him out. Derrick Brunson though, he hasn't fought a big. He's on a 5-fight win streak right now, but Derrick Brunson has a suspect chin, and he hasn't fought a puncher in that 5-fight win streak. Like Shabazian maybe, but no real puncher, not like Cannonier and these guys. He's got decent striking, is serviceable, man. He's pretty explosive. He's got a good overhand right. He's got a lot of KOs on his record. He just doesn't have really the jaw to back it up to go one strike for one strike. he has nice long striking. He's got a good reach. He's very suspect chin though, man, against punchers. And like I said, I think that's going to come into play here. If you watch him against Darren Till, he was landing some takedowns in the first round. He was beating up Till pretty good, but Till's takedown defense is terrible, and his jiu-jitsu is even worse. When he gets taken down, he just anchors himself to the ground and takes a beating. But when Till got up, anytime he was getting up, he was being able to piece up Brunson. Especially in the second round, it looked like Brunson slowed down a little bit, and Till was actually piecing him up and rocking him a little bit. And then Brunson would land them takedowns because Till, like I said, has terrible takedown defense. And really just doesn't have enough power to do anything. I bet Till in that fight, and looking back, it's like, why? Like, he never even had fought like a great wrestler before that. But yeah, I'm going to take Jared Cannonier here because his takedown defense, his get-up game looked freaking awesome. His cardio's awesome, and he hits hard. As soon as Brunson starts slowing down after that first round, he's going to take Brunson out, dude. The shots and stuff that Till was hitting him with, when Cannonier hits him with that, he's going to take him out. And he might even be able to stop a lot of that wrestling with his leg kicks, because his leg kicks are no joke. So give me Jared Cannonier by third round TKO. There's another guy. I'm looking at the line. I'm gonna see which way people are going, because I see a lot of talk about people going for Brunson throughout the week. A couple of discords I'm in and stuff. So I'm hoping the line would drop, but I'm betting Cannonier. I hope it drops, but if it doesn't, and he's currently sitting at minus 180, I'm gonna probably have like 2.7 units on it. So Arvloski and Cannonier, I'm definitely betting 100%. So I just want to see what the line does. I'll have that video out on Tuesday for everybody. Fight number 14 is the co-main event. We got Derrick Lewis versus Tai Tuivasa. This fight's going to be awesome. Can't wait for this fight. It's crazy. Tai Tuivasa said he only accepted it because he was drunk. Derrick Lewis is 26-8, currently sitting at minus 190. Tai Tuivasa is 14-3, currently sitting at plus 155. We know with both these guys, they're both explosive, powerful boxers, man. The only difference is that Tai Tuivasa throws really heavy leg kicks. If you're watching his Greg Hardy fight, he was throwing really powerful leg kicks, even against Augusto Sakai before he knocked him out. Really powerful leg kicks that hurt him. Because neither one of these guys are going to try to wrestle in this fight. Tai Tuivasa has a pretty good clinch up against the cage. But Derrick Lewis, man, is dangerous in the clinch. You've seen him against Chris Dawkins in his last fight. Anytime they got close, dude, he was hitting him with bombs. He's very, like I said though, Derrick Lewis is very heavy on that lead leg, so that could be there for Tai Tuivasa to beat up and take a lot of his power away. And if Tai Tuivasa plays it right and keeps his guard up, I believe he's going to be able to win this fight based off of that and like cage control. Because Derrick Lewis, he can be held up against the cage, and I don't know. Most of his fights he's dependent on the knockout, because Derrick Lewis is very low output. Yeah, dude, this is just going to be a crazy war. I don't know how to pick this fight, who's going to win. I actually think, though, that when the over-under line comes out, that the over 1.5, I'm sure it's going to be set at, might be the way to go, because I think both these dudes, it's going to be like the Lewis versus Francis Ngannou fight, where both these dudes know how dangerous they are. So I don't think neither one of them is just going to throw caution to the wind and start throwing bombs. So I think they're going to be cautious of each other. I think there will be a finish at some point, but I want to see the line at the over 1.5. But I don't know, man. This is gonna be a tough one to call. I'm not gonna put no money on either one of these guys, especially. It should be probably really like a even money fight. Maybe Lewis at minus 140. But I'm actually gonna take Tai Tuivasa by decision. It's a crazy call. Like I said, I would. The only way I'd look at betting this fight is the over 1.5, because either one of these guys could connect and just end the fight out of nowhere. Give me Tai Tuivasa because of leg kicks. Landing more damage. Give me him for the win. I don't know, decision, stoppage. I'd say decision. Derrick Lewis really don't get stopped too much. All right, the main event, fight number 15. We got Isreal Adesanya versus Robert Whittaker 2. Isreal Adesanya is 21-1. He's currently sitting at minus 270. Robert Whittaker is 23-5. He's currently sitting at plus 210. And I think you can guess who I'm gonna be picking for this fight. I love Isreal Adesanya, man. The dude is great. He's phenomenal. Like, he's one of the best MMA fighters I've ever seen. He's got super great movements, super great feints. Like, his kickboxing is on another level. His height and reach, he really uses that well for his kickboxing, and that's what helps him a lot over everybody, especially Robert Whittaker here. He's going to have 4 inches of height. He's 6'4", Robert Whittaker 6 foot, and he's going to have 6.5 inches of reach. He's got 80-inch reach. Robert Whittaker got 73.5, and that's a huge factor in this fight. If you watch in the first fight, Robert Whittaker would be jumping in lunging in with his punches like he does, and Isreal Adesanya is just so tall and long. He was just stepping back and hitting him with crazy counters, man. And I don't know. I just see this fight going a lot like that first fight, man, where it's going to be tough. Robert Whittaker is going to have his moments because Robert Whittaker is great. He's well-rounded everywhere. He's got really good wrestling, really good BJJ, but I don't think he's going to be able to use it against Adesanya. Adesanya, don't let him get all that close. And Adesanya's got good defensive wrestling himself, and he's got pretty good BJJ on the ground. You see him against like Calvin Gastelum. Not really against Jan, but Jan was so much bigger. But yeah, man, Isreal's just so dangerous, dude. He throws power. He's got great counters. That's what he does. He lets Robert Whittaker lunge in. He just leans back, throws great hooks. That's what he knocked him out with in the first fight in the second round. He's got awesome leg kicks, body kicks. He's got super good knees. And one of his best assets is he's just tough, man. Isreal Adesanya is no joke. You've seen him against Calvin Gastelum where he's like, I'm willing to die right now going into the fifth round. He's just tough, man. Even against Whittaker. Whittaker landed some great shots against him in the first round, but he was eating them. Both times that he knocked Whittaker down, and the second time when he finished him, he got hit with a clean shot, but he just eats it and boom, counters himself and was just dropping Whittaker every time. Both these guys are elite, the top 1 and 2 guys in their division for sure. But yeah, man, I'm going to take Isreal Adesanya in this one, and I'm going to take him by a third round TKO. The over-under is sitting at 4.5 rounds, and it's like -120 to go over. But man, I'm taking the under. If you watch these guys fight, both of them are aggressive in any fights they're in, but when they fight each other in that first fight, they was both just throwing leather, dude. They was both throwing knockout punches, and it's just the way they fight. They're both pretty aggressive. Whittaker's going to be lunging in with his shots, and Isreal is going to be throwing his counter shots and throwing his good leg kicks, head kicks, all that. So yeah, man, I'm thinking about betting that over or under 4.5. I'm probably gonna bet it actually. I'm gonna get to the casino for that. I don't think they had it out when I was there putting in these bets last week and the week before. But yeah, man, give me Isreal Adesanya, third round TKO. I think the under 4.5 is like almost a lock bet. That might get bet up. Like people might start betting on that. This finishes out my parlay with Casey O'Neill, the second parlay with Casey O'Neill. I got Casey O'Neill with Isreal Adesanya, 2.5 units to win 1.9 units. And then I got the Casey O'Neill with Maxine Grisham. All right, that's it for UFC 271. My official bets so far for UFC 271 are Carlos Ulberg, 2 units to win 1 unit. I got Jacob Malkoun as an underdog, 1 unit to win 1.35 units. I got Alexander Hernandez, 1.5 units to win 2.25 units. I got Casey O'Neill, Isreal Adesanya, 2.5 units to win 1.9 units on that parlay. Another parlay, I got Kyler Phillips and Rodney Lawrence parlay, 1.6 units to win 1.25 units. I got Matt Schnell, 0.5 units to win 1.5 units. And then I got Maxine Grisham and Casey O'Neill, 2 units to win 1.85 units. So far I got 7 bets on this card. And like I said, I'm going to bet Arvloski. I just hope that line keeps going down. I'm going to bet Cannonier, and I'm thinking of betting Bobby Green too. I really like Bobby Green. I just want to see where that line goes. Hopefully I can get him at like -150 or something, but we'll see where that goes. Please like and subscribe to this video if you liked it, man. I've been having a lot of fun doing all this stuff. Check me out on Instagram at Blood Money MMA Bets. That's where I post all my betting stubs. And man, I hope we do good this week. I feel really good about these bets. Check me out on Tuesday when I drop that other video with my official bets. And then yeah, man, good luck everybody. I hope everybody else did good tonight too, though. But good luck, man. I'll see you guys Tuesday night.